Hi gorgeous! Happy Frugal Friday to you. In today's video I'm doing another half face high-end, half face drugstore. The last one did so well. I know many of you really appreciated and enjoyed that video, so I wanted to do another one. In today's video I'm featuring a palette from Makeup Revolution. This is their I Heart chocolate palette, and I'm going to be doing a look in conjunction with the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. So we will find out if this one is really comparable to this one, and if you can tell throughout the video which side is high-end and which side is drugstore. Okay, so before I apply any eyeshadow, I'm first going to apply a base onto my eyes, and it's going to be a purple base for this look. So I'm using two different eyeliner pencils that are exact dupes of one another. The first one for the high-end side is MAC's Designer Purple, and the drugstore version is Milani's Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Perfect Purple. Which side is MAC and which is Milani? They are so similar, it's really hard to tell. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this into the crease a little bit more. I didn't want to show you the application because if I did, then that would just give away which side was which. I want to keep it a secret. And then I'm layering the purple eyeshadow from the palette over this base color. From the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, I'm using the shade Candied Violet, and from the Makeup Revolution palette, I'm using the shade Unforgivable. And you can see just by putting that purple base underneath that eyeshadow, it really brings that purple out. This is one of those colors in the palette, both the Too Faced palette and actually the Makeup Revolution palette, where the purple doesn't show up as well as I would like for it to, so I typically do apply it over a purple base. You can see it's really hard to tell the difference between the two. They are so similar to one another. Then I'm going in with the eyeshadows Salted Caramel from the Too Faced chocolate bar palette and Thank Friday from the Makeup Revolution palette, and applying these eyeshadows into the crease to begin the blending process there. This is my first time using Makeup Revolution eyeshadows, and I am so happy with the quality of them. I didn't expect them to be that great for the price. You know, I went into it with some hesitation, but wow, I've just been blown away this entire time. And to better blend the lid color up into that crease color we have started there, I'm going in with the shades Pleasure Girl from Makeup Revolution and Semi Sweet from the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. I'm really lightly applying that in between the two colors to blend them together. And I'm using the Sigma, what brush is this? E30 pencil brush. I really love it because it's soft against the eyelid and it makes blending eyeshadows like this really easy. And when I have a good amount of that applied, I'm going back with the first crease color we applied and using that to go over that color in the crease to help blend again. So you want to go back and forth between these colors until you can't see where one eyeshadow ends and the other one begins. And I feel like that's the most time-consuming part about blending, is that it just takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of back and forth, but eventually you get that perfect blend where you can't even see any definition between the eyeshadows. So what do you think so far? Can you tell the difference? It's really hard. Taking my blending shade, I'm using this is Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee and MAC's Blanc Type, and I'm using these shades to begin to blend out some of the edges up here in that crease color. And I have a small amount on my brush here. I'm using it just like that along the edges, taking away some of those harsh lines so that everything disappears into the brow bone. For my lower waterline, I'm going to be lining with a brown eyeliner. So I'm using one from Rimmel ScandalEyes and then MAC's Teddy. And again, I can't show you the application process because then you'll be able to guess which is which. But that is the final result. And I'm also going to go back and add a little bit more of Semi Sweet and Pleasure Girl on the lower lash line. The same eyeshadow that we used to blend in between the lid color and the top transition color. So unfortunately, like I did in the last video I did like this, I showed you a drugstore dupe for a high-end lash. I couldn't find one in time for this video. I'm still on the hunt for some more, so there will be some in future videos, but I'm using a simple pair from the drugstore in this look. This is the style Goddess from KoKo Lashes. Same thing for the brows, still working on some high-end dupes for some drugstore options. So today I'm just using one from Maybelline. This is one of their new brow define pencils in the shade Auburn. And I'm really impressed with it so far. And I have tremendous glitter fallout on my face on both sides. Just goes to show you, it doesn't matter if it's high-end or drugstore. Sometimes you do still get fallout. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off my face with a makeup remover, apply my face, and then I'll be back to show you the blush and lipstick that I'm pairing up with these eyes. For my blush, I'm using MAC's Tenderling, and its dupe can be found in Makeup Revolution's Sugar and Spice palette. It's this one right here. It's a touch darker than MAC's Tenderling, but if you use it lightly, you get a very comparable color to this one. And I chose this color to go with these eyes because it is more of like a neutral pink, and it's not one of those really bright shades that's going to take over the look. Whew, that is pigmented. Need to buff that out. For the lips in this look, I wanted more of a nude pink, so I'm going in with Essence's Nude Love from the drugstore and MAC's Fleshpot. Which leads us to the question of, have you been able to guess which side is high-end and which side is drugstore? If you guessed that this side is the drugstore side and this side is the high-end side, you are right! The similarities between each side are astounding. It's really, really hard to tell the difference. Amazing! That is all I have to say about this palette. I went into this palette with some qualms, thinking, oh, well, it's probably another one of those internet palettes that is just claiming to be a dupe for the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and it's really not. Oh man, was I wrong. Not only is this palette a dupe for the Chocolate Bar palette in terms of all of the colors that you get in this palette, it is also a dupe in terms of pigmentation and superior quality. Let's not even forget to mention the price between these. $49, $12. I mean, really. So if you have not been wanting to shell out 50 bucks for this thing, can't say that I blame you. You absolutely have to try the Makeup Revolution palette. You will not be disappointed. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up so we can do more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again next Friday.